I am, together with Paolo's wife, Margo Fuchs, and the greater world community of the arts and therapy, grieving the loss of our beloved colleague, Paolo Knill. Cynthia Cole, who was the head of the independent study program, who was supporting us at Lesley, said, "You have to meet this couple teaching music and child development at the Elliott Pearson School at Tufts." And so I went and met Paolo and his then wife, Marie-Agnès, and their 3 boys in Medford at the Tufts house that they were living in, and talked about what we were doing at Lesley.
And Shaun kind of recruited him for this new program in expressive therapy at Lesley, together with Norma Canna and Elizabeth McKim. And the 4 of them were there, and they had, from what I understand, an amazing beginning, which they took each other's classes, exchanged ideas, generated tremendous enthusiasm and creativity in the school.
In those early years at Lesley, he was the one who fully committed himself. I mean, really fully. He did his doctoral dissertation on this and taught all of the classes on the process of arts integration. He really committed himself to doing that, studying it, exploring it, and promoting it throughout the world.
So he was not very interested in psychological interpretations of the arts, and particularly these interpretations that saw the artwork as a reflection of the psyche. He called that the toothpaste theory of art. You know, you have a toothpaste, it's the same in the tube and outside the tube, doesn't change. And he said, that's ridiculous. Anybody who's an artist and who's made works knows that you may start with a feeling or an image or an idea, but very soon the form takes over and you have to just, as James Hillman said, follow the image. You know, the arts therapies have developed separate specialties. If there was any kind of therapy for which there was an art. But this kind of fiefdoms didn't sit well with him. He always saw the connection between things.
Of expressive arts as an own integrated theory. Please don't be defensive about theory. Start to play it and write it, read what's published. Start to publish.
I love the passion in the theory that Paolo Knill presents to us.
He was very much, in addition to putting in the emphasis on the arts, he was very much of a community-oriented person. He always saw art making as something that takes place within a community and is capable of affecting a community. And when I worked with him, it was clear in the work that he was always looking at the group as a whole.
You only can work if the person experiences art. And that means you have to find ways that are low skill but highly sensitive. And don't need a training at the conservatory to do music, for instance. And therefore, when I go in the atelier, the first step is to make the senses open for what I want to go to shape.
Paolo is an expert in, or has been in, community building, community art, like Hong Kong. People could let go of the fear, of the stage fright. hundred of people together and in that an inner joy of being alive, of meeting each other.
It's finished. So there is a drive towards that. That is not against the flow. The flow has also a drive toward downwards. It goes forward, it's not going backwards. You cannot go back in dance.
So yeah, so he had a good connection with Peru, because also his first son Tobias born there, no? So he was really happy to know that two Peruvians were studying at TGS, and he told us, you should really create an institute in Peru, no? I will support you, no? So after, when we finished our studies, we went back. I mean, my wife Judith Alalu and me, we went back to Lima, you know, and we opened an institute, an Expressive Art Institute. You know? That art really helped us to connect with the transpersonal, no? Something transpersonal, no? Beyond the me and the we, you know, it's something bigger.
In the past 7 years, since 2013, Paolo's been to Asia, including Hong Kong, Taiwan, China, for many times. He's such a pioneer and creative mentor.
His greatest gift, in my view, when I'm asked this, and the thing that he taught me most, was how to be present with another human being, how to be fully present in a group, making that particular moment in time, as I like to say, the most important moment in your life. And if that moment with the other is not the most important moment in my life, I'm not going to be effective.
To keep this field alive, we need to be open for the new. Maybe that's a message.
Many things to talk about the way he was teaching us. You know? One is the importance for him that beauty has, you know, in our work.
He was a force of nature, I think. And a great friend. That's the other one. He had a great talent for friendship. So I really valued his friendship.
He was my mentor in the practice of presence, and my most beloved friend. And I feel the same about his family and his wonderful 3 sons and his grandchildren and their wives and the whole extended Knill community.